What's up? Yesterday, I have to share this with you guys. Yesterday, I had the privilege of speaking to almost 300 inmates in prison yesterday. In prison, man. Brothers, they're in all white, have their Bibles. It was the faith-based dom. And man, brothers were diving in the word. It was a blessing. It was a blessing to see these brothers work on themselves. Come on, work on themselves. And I'm grateful for the partnership and the opportunity that I've been given to connect with that initiative. And so Pastor Reed, who's doing a great job, he and his team and the organization that he's a part of, hats off to those guys. Prison ministry is the real deal. But to be able to share with these guys, how many of y'all know we all need a second chance? There comes a time we just need a second chance, and it's okay. It's okay. This morning we're going to continue our teaching on this whole concept of competitive jealousy. Competitive jealousy. I want to thank Pastor Jason Baston, who sort of introduced me to these words, the concept of competitive jealousy. I found this to be prevalent. I found it to be everywhere. Competitive jealousy is everywhere. And it's so unfortunate. It is so unfortunate. So this morning, I wanted to dive into the whole concept of, are you struggling with competitive jealousy? And so the subject matter this morning is, you are struggling with competitive jealousy if, and we're going to talk about 5 of those if. If you're leaning towards seeing these behaviors in your life, it could be that you're struggling with competitive jealousy. This morning, I just want you to declare, Lord, I just want to be better. I just want to be better. I want to be better in every area of my life. Can I get somebody to just declare that? Better? I want to get better in every. Why do I show up and listen to Coach Miller? Because there's room for improvement. And Coach Miller is on to something that pushes the concept of learning how to make small adjustments on a daily basis to make your life better. I don't care how old you are, there's room for improvement. Amen? I don't care how old you are, there's room for improvement. So you get to this point where you realize you could be a grandparent and now you're getting better for your grandkids. You could be a parent and now you're getting better for your children. You could be on the concept of getting better when it comes to dealing with your marriage, when it comes to dealing with your career, when it comes to dealing with your social skills. There is always room for improvement. And so for those who would lean into this program, listen guys, better is the message. Okay, better is the message. I'm never leaving this message. Now, if you have not secured your book, oh my Lord, this is going to be a game changer. Listen, guys, go to my website today and order the book. Okay, go to my website today and order the book. It's going to be practical. It's an easy read. It's not a lot of pages, and I made it a little bit smaller than the first book because it's a combo. It's a package. They go together. And so, Burn the Rule Book: Why Traditional Success Does Not Lead to Effective Living. I'm going to be doing a book release in a few weeks where we will be doing a series of events and activities. I want you to be a part of it. And so if you've gotten your book already, a lot of people have went ahead and they went to the website, they ordered their book. If you've gotten your book already, take a picture with it and send it to me, please. Send me a picture with you holding the book. I want to be able to put some pictures together for when we do the book launch and release celebration with a series of different things we'll be doing in a few weeks. So I want you to be a part of that, okay? I want you to be a part of it. Now let's dive into this subject. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians chapter 13 verses 5. 2 Corinthians chapter 13 verses 5. Now for those of you in the Bahamas, I will be in Nassau on Sunday, April 13th. I'll be in Nassau and I'll be dropping some books on the island, and then I will be back in Nassau doing a book signing in May. I'll be doing a book signing in May. And so listen, I'm coming back home, y'all. Pastor Kino, oh Lord, that's my brother from another mother. It's good to see you on this morning. Listen, I'm coming home on April 13. I'm dropping some books. If you want your book, make sure you let me know. Miller, when you're here this month, I want to get my book early. But then there's also going to be a book signing the last weekend of May. I'll be in the Bahamas doing a ministry weekend in May. That's actually going to be the weekend of the 24th of May next month. And so I'll be in the Bahamas both months, and I'm telling you, come on, lean in. Now, 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 5 says, examine yourself to see whether you are in the faith. Examine yourself to see whether you are in the faith. It says, test yourself. May the Lord help us not to be afraid to examine ourselves, to test ourselves. See, a lot of people, they're finger pointing. They're finger pointing. And I'm telling you, in this season, you want to learn how to examine yourself. So be okay with examining yourself. Okay? Be okay with examining yourself. Whew. This morning we're diving into the subject matter. You are struggling with competitive jealousy if. Let me say that again. You are struggling with competitive jealousy if. God has called us to look within and assess the condition of our hearts. I encourage all of my clients to examine themselves. I encourage all of my clients to examine ourselves. I have found that there are more people, the problem is that their issue is not external. Their issue is not external. Their issue is internal. Most people's issue is internal, but the problem is they want to keep it as a view that external factors is where their problem reside. I am here to tell you during this morning's teaching that your problem oftentimes is internal. Okay? Your problem oftentimes is internal. So the Bible says in 2 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 5, it says, examine yourself to see whether you are in the faith. Test yourself. See if you're in a good place. Where is the condition of your heart? Where is the condition of your heart? Listen to me, y'all. Competitive jealousy is dangerous. Competitive jealousy is dangerous. It often chokes ambition, or it brings on a level of comparison that hurts us in our pursuit to live life to the fullest. Here are 5 signs you may be struggling with comparison, with competitive jealousy. Y'all ready for this? Number 1, you feel uneasy when others succeed. Number 1, write that down. You feel uneasy when others succeed. You may be struggling with competitive jealousy if you feel uneasy when others succeed. And let me tell you something. This is one of those things. You examine yourself, you see where you are, and you really ask God, help me with that. Why do I feel uneasy with my sister's success? Why do I feel uneasy with my brother's success? Why is it that I'm pulling back and I'm not engaging like I've engaged before? Because somebody is doing well. Somebody's doing well. And I'm here to tell you this morning, if you don't examine yourself, you could hurt the relationship that God has placed in your life to have, to thrive, and to do life with. So there are a lot of people, it's not that you don't have community, you've heard the concept of community because of competitive jealousy. So number one, you feel uneasy with other success. Now I'm going to tell you, you can break this. You can break this. You can change this. Now I'm talking to Christian people. I'm talking to unchristian people. I'm telling you, listen, when you feel uneasy about other people's success, you need to work on that. You need to work on that. Number two. Now, number two is serious. Watch this, y'all. Number two, you secretly hope others fail or fall short. Number two, you secretly hope others fail or fall short. You would be amazed. You would be amazed the amount of people who sit at your table, the amount of people who sit in your car. You'll be amazed the amount of people who sit next to you in church, the amount of people who live next door to you, the amount of people you went to school with, the amount of people you came to the family reunion to see, the amount of people that you did 4th of July with, and the amount of people that you did Thanksgiving dinner with, who were secretly desiring to see you fail or fall short. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? I'm talking about brothers. I'm talking about sisters. I'm talking siblings. I'm talking, this is a life and this is a reality for a lot of people. Now, the problem is they secretly hope others fail or fall short. So this morning I'm saying, you've got to look at yourself and say, hold on, do you feel some kind of way? You wish that car was the wreck? You wish their house would have burned down? You wish that they had something? You wish they got, laid off? There are some people, when you got laid off, they were rejoicing in their heart because their competitive jealousy had them on the throat. They've been jealous of you. They've been jealous of you. And I'm telling you, when you took 1 step back, you took 3 steps back, there are some people who rejoiced. And let me tell you, there are those people, listen, you don't hear nothing from them. When you got your master's degree, you didn't hear anything from them. When you upgraded your car, you didn't hear anything from them. When you bought a house, you didn't hear. When you opened a location for your business, you didn't hear anything from them. But let something go wrong. Let you get a bad doctor's report. Hey, I was wondering what's going on with you, child. What's going on with you? Let you get a bad report at work that they're closing the company. Oh man, they laid off everybody. Everybody lost their job. Oh my God, come on, tell me about it. How you feel? Oh, your husband left you. What? Why would he do that? Why would he do that? You've been struggling with competitive jealousy all along. Now you want to call to get the details. I was with somebody the other day and they were going through a difficult time and they say, hey man, let me tell you what happened. I said, I don't need to know what happened. I'm just here to be a brother. You don't have to give me the details. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. You don't need to pass it on to me. Well, I know you wanted to meet with me and let's have lunch. Just fellowship. Let's have breakfast. Let's have dinner. Let's just spend time with each other. We call each other's friends. I'm not rejoicing in the fact that you have lost. It hurts my heart that you've lost. It hurts my heart that you're going through. But there are some people, God, oh Jesus, help me. There are some people, how many of y'all met those people? They come, they call, they reach out when you're going through so they can get the details so they can rejoice. Such a devil. And I'm telling you, these people are packaging all different types of labels. They're packaging all different types of labels. I'm about to be 50 this year, and I'm telling you, I will call out a devil. If somebody pick up my phone to try to call me to talk about, well, I heard you went through something. I just wanted to see how you're doing. Nigga, sorry. You calling me now when you ain't calling me during my son's graduation. You ain't called me during my daughter's graduation. You ain't. Come on, man, back up off of me. I'm learning, man. I'm learning. Okay, I'm gonna keep it 100. Okay, I'm gonna keep it 100. So number 2, y'all. These are people who secretly hope. Don't be one of those people. Number 3. Watch this. You are struggling with competitive jealousy if you are constantly compare your journey to others. Number 3, You could be struggling with competitive jealousy if you're constantly comparing your journey with others. How many of y'all meet people like that? They're constantly comparing. Come on, constantly comparing their journey with others. Well, yeah, he did that, but I did this. She did that, but I did this. Yeah, you got one location, but I had 3 locations for a while. I have 3 locations. We're talking about you could be struggling with competitive jealousy if you are constantly comparing your journey with others. They're in their lane, you're in your lane. Let them be. Let them be. Well, Miller don't have that much people watching him in the mornings. Well, I have 5 times that. I have 5 times that. One guy told me, he said, well, Miller, if you did this, you'll get better numbers. If you did this, you'll get better numbers. And I said, okay, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Okay? And he said, well, my numbers, here's what my numbers are. My numbers are great, but your numbers aren't that well. You're constantly comparing your journey with others. You don't understand my mission. You don't understand my passion. You don't understand my commitment and my journey for which I am on. You don't understand. You don't understand. And so you got to be very careful if you find yourself comparing yourself often with others. Now, let me tell you, I've seen this in a lot of different cultures where people, they're always comparing. You see she got a new car, I'm gonna have to get a new car. Well, you see he got a new house, I gotta get a new house. Well, you see he got a new suit, I gotta get a new suit. Girl, you see her red bottoms, I'm gonna get me some red bottoms for Easter. Girl, you see what she got for her anniversary, I'm gonna have to level her up. Let me tell you something. I saw somebody, I downgraded my 50th birthday celebration because I'm structuring some things. And I was thinking, I knew somebody, oh man, you got to turn it up because you know what that person did for their 50 and you know what that person did for their 50. Boy, your 50 is coming. You're going to have to turn it up. No, I don't have to turn it up. I have to live my life based on vision. I have to live my life based on what God is saying for me. So I'm saying to you, here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. You are possibly struggling with competitive jealousy if you're constantly comparing yourself with others. Watch this. There are pastors comparing their church with other people's churches. And I'm talking about it in an unhealthy way. There are siblings who are comparing themselves with their brother or their sister in an unhealthy way. Let's go on to number 4. Number 4, write this down. Watch this. You are struggling with competitive jealousy if you minimize other people's achievement to elevate your own. You heard me right. You are struggling with competitive jealousy if you minimize others' achievement to elevate your own. Well, I heard she just got her bachelor's. Well, I got my bachelor's 5 years ago, and I was a straight A student when I got my bachelor's. Well, she just got her bachelor's. Ladies and gentlemen, you are struggling with competitive jealousy if you minimize other people's achievement to elevate your own. Okay? Yeah. Well, I open a store and it's 800 square feet, my store. Oh yeah, I opened one a few years ago and it's 2,000 square feet. It's 2,000 square feet. I wouldn't open a small one. How many of y'all have seen people? Yeah, I see you with your little small car. I saw you got your little car. You got yourself a little car. Watch them. Listen, man, you can have aunties who have competitive jealousy. You can have uncles who have competitive jealousy. You can have friends who have competitive jealousy. Listen, you don't need to one up anybody. Do well where you are. Do well. Coach Miller is saying do well where you are. You have been called for such a time as this to live in your lane. You will never live life effectively if you are struggling with competitive jealousy and these different types of behaviors showing up in your life. So you will end up with a nice car, don't know how to appreciate it. You will end up with a degree, you'll end up with the office, you'll end up with the money, you'll end up with the spouse, you'll end up with the children. But because competitive jealousy has you, I'm talking to somebody this morning. I'm trying to help some people because you don't have the joy of the Lord because of competitive jealousy. If you know that competitive jealousy is real, put it in the comment section right now. Competitive jealousy is real. Okay? Competitive jealousy is real. So this morning, I'm talking about five things that suggest that you're struggling with competitive jealousy. Let me recap before we close our talk out this morning. Number one, you feel uneasy when others people succeed. Number two, you secretly hope others fail or fall short. Number three, you constantly compare your journey with others. Number four, you minimize others' achievement to elevate your own. And number five now, guys, you find it hard to genuinely celebrate others. Okay? You find it hard to genuinely celebrate others. You can't celebrate others because your heart has been affected. You got a problem when other people are doing well. My. Competitive jealousy is real, and you find people who, watch this y'all, they can't appreciate what God is doing in their life because they're so caught up in paying attention to what he's doing in your life. And I'm here today to tell you, 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5 says, examine yourself to see whether you are in the faith. Test yourself. Now I know some people, well, Millie, you're using that scripture or the context. You are a devil. You don't want to examine yourself. You just want to look at this from the religious perspective. You got competitive jealousy in your heart and you don't want to go to the core issue, which is, listen, man, are you uneasy when other people succeed? Do you secretly hope for others to fail and fall short? I mean, listen, there are some people who are rejoicing when you fall. There are some people who are rejoicing when you're not doing well. And then there are some people, Sonia, when you upgraded, they distanced themselves. When you started succeeding, they got quiet and they removed themselves from you when they should be moving themselves towards you to celebrate you. Well, I gotta go. These signs reveal an internal conflict rooted in insecurity and pride. This is rooted in insecurity and pride. Jealousy can sabotage relationship, okay? It can distort your purpose and it can hinder your growth, okay? Let's be the ones who are honestly reflecting and looking within and ask yourself, Lord, help me not to struggle with competitive jealousy. Lord, help me not to struggle with competitive jealousy. Can I get 5 of you just to declare that this morning? Lord, help me to not struggle, not to go through, not to deal with competitive jealousy. Invite God to clean your heart and to realign your focus with his will. Celebrate others without competition. Come on. We gotta learn to do this. Celebrate others without competition. There's room at the table for everyone. Oh my Lord. Come on. Let's declare that. There is room at the table for everyone. So if you follow effective living, listen, man, Ricardo Miller don't have no hate on your gain, on your success, on where you're winning in life. I want to see all of us win. Write this down. There is room at the table for everyone. Okay? Your mere existence is an indication God still got a plan for you and he wants you to do well with what he has called you to do. So remind yourself, competitive jealousy is real and you want to be free from it because it hinders relationship with siblings, it hinders relationship with neighbors, it hinders relationship with those who are doing ministry together, it hinders relationship with those who are working. Listen, man, those around you should be happy for you when you're doing well. And so look at those 5 areas. I talked about 5 practical areas. And if you don't examine yourself, you could find yourself getting in problems in the not too distant future. Have a great day, guys. Love and appreciate you all. Listen, let's make the rest of this year the best of this year. Let's examine ourselves and let's make sure competitive jealousy isn't keeping us back from becoming all that God has created us to be. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.